Its quarterly earnings have now been released. The chipmaker reported $68.13 billion in revenue, and that was higher than expected. Earnings per share also came in above analyst expectations. Ross Gerber is the CEO of Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment Management, and he joins us now from Santa Monica. Okay, we have these fresh results. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about whether or not Nvidia is the bellwether here, and does this give us an indication? I mean, look, a lot of this was pre-planned in the sense you knew what the order book was all about. Earnings obviously are going to make people pretty happy. Where do you sit on all this? Do you think this, where Nvidia goes, the market goes?
Well, yeah, for sure. And where I sit is on boatloads of Nvidia stock. So, it's always a nervous time when they're reporting. They're so consistent. Jensen is such a great CEO that in a way, a lot of this is already sort of baked into the price, even though we see it kind of moving higher after hours. But they continue to beat even their high expectations with almost 75% growth in their businesses. I mean, with 75% margins, I've just never seen a company like this in my career.
I think the real question, though, is what about the rest of the AI play? I mean, you just said you're sitting on a lot of Nvidia shares. I think people are starting to wonder, when you're picking winners and losers, okay, we have Nvidia. It's clearly a winner. But who's also a winner? And how long will even the Nvidia play last?
So I want people to try to understand my perspective here in being a long-term investor in technology, and especially being an investor who started his career at the beginning of the internet. So in the early 90s was when I started investing as a professional. And people have to be patient. It takes a lot of time to build infrastructure. We're short on power. We're short on memory chips. The growth is just spectacular, but also the demand for AI is spectacular. At my firm alone, the only thing we talk about now is the stuff we're building on Claude and how amazing it is. So we're at the beginning of a massive technology revolution that is built upon 2 or 3 decades of data being stored, along with just internet access that now takes the internet to the next level with thinking, actual intelligence. So investors should look, and there are many winners that will be a part of this. There's a ton of CapEx being spent now, but that is what needs to be done. And that's the mistake that many short-sighted people are not understanding, is that the winners have already been picked in AI. We already know them by name, and most people in the world know these companies by name. And if they don't invest rapidly, they will lose out. So this is a really great time for investors.
Is it a great time, though, for AI as a whole? I mean, you said you use it in your firm. We've seen so many apocalyptic predictions by now, but what AI will or won't do. I mean, you're using it to expand your firm. You're using it in growth. What are you seeing, and what would you tell investors about what they will see going forward?
So what I'm telling people is this. If you adopt AI, if you dive into this, it's going to make you so productive, and it's actually going to help you increase your earnings potential as an employee of whatever company you're working for in whatever industry you're in. The most important thing you do tonight is go home and start playing with Chat or Claude or any of these systems and start learning from it. It's amazing what it can do. AI will also create huge losers over the next 10 years. And those are the companies and the people that don't adopt this technology. It's going to be this very rapid splitting between the people who adopt AI and the people who don't. And the longer you don't, the more likelihood that you're going to either lose your job or your company will go out of business.
And where are you, though, on the companies that are going out of business? I mean, the software trade is not looking pretty right now. Some stocks have come back, but do you think this is an existential threat to so many of those large, profitable companies?
I actually think it's a more existential threat to the complacent companies, not per se the data-rich companies like Salesforce that have this opportunity now to invest heavily, like everybody else, into AI systems that would make Salesforce 100 times better. And if not, Claude or some other AI systems just going to work on top of Salesforce. And so there is an absolute risk to software companies right now that don't adapt and don't adopt AI technologies. And so on the other side of the coin, I think these software companies that are legacy providers like Salesforce are in a prime position to do something great, but they're so damn lazy over there. Mark Benioff is so busy pissing everybody off that he's behind the curve, and it's time for where's Salesforce AI? So if they don't have Salesforce AI soon, they're in trouble.
Yeah, there are lots of companies that thought they were ahead of the curve, and now some, I guess, as you're saying, are behind the curve. Ross Gerber, we really appreciate you jumping on with us. We'll have you on again. That is Quest Means Business for us. Up